and welcome back to Sports Talk Podcast, Season 3, Episode 2. My name is Chase Moskowitz, President of the Sports Talk Club, along with my partner
and Vice President Kieran Hetzel.
Freshman Lucas Laureate.
Freshman Thomas Antonelli.
Freshman Sam Ingerman.
Freshman Alexander Shafir.
And Mr. J.
And we are back. We're gonna talk about some football that started off here, and then we'll switch to baseball. We had a pretty good game last night. The 49ers and Seahawks. It was a little bit of a blowout the first half, I would say, and but then it got a little bit interesting. But we got some good games coming up ahead on Sunday, and then we got a Monday night Bills-Jets game. Is that correct, guys? All right, so Let's hand it off to Shafir. What is your game of the week?
Well, it's going to be interesting. So you have the Cowboys and the Lions, which is going to be very interesting. Two very underrated teams facing on each other. And then on Monday night, which is going to be Jets and the Bills, winner takes first place in the AFC East. But my pick, I got to go with Jets and Bills. You never know what the Jets can bring to the game, and Bills are always a tough team to face. So, my opinion, though, Jets are going to take the game 27-21.
Yeah, I definitely agree that could definitely be a good game, but I'm looking at like another divisional matchup. I mean, both of the undefeated teams right now, the Chiefs and Vikings, they're both on their bye week at the same time. So we're going to really see some definitely very interesting matchups. So I think another game to look out for is definitely the Buccaneers and the Saints, another divisional matchup. And I think the two teams have been playing well, even though the Bucs just lost to the Falcons. But I think definitely that could be a good game.
I very much agree with that. The Bucs have been pretty good as of late. But I think I'm gonna have to go no bias here. But I think I have to go Giants Bengals. The Giants are on a pretty good pace right now. We just won a couple. We won not our last two, but we've won 2 out of our last 3. Beat the Seahawks, and Seahawks, even though they had a pretty Mickey Mouse schedule, even without our key players Malik Neighbors and Devin Singletary, we're still able to put up a pretty good game, even though we fumbled the ball in the beginning. But I think I have to go Giants-Bengals.
I got to go with the Bills-Jets. Jets just fired their head coach. I think they're trying to get a better season into it than what they've shown so far, and the Bills have just been pretty good overall.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with the Bills and Jets. Again, no bias. I kind of agree with Lucas also. I mean, the Bengals are 1-4 this season. Like, if they go down to 1-5 in Week 6, like, I'm not saying your season's over, but like, that's really hard to make the playoffs in that division. Like, they have a great team too. Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, T. Higgins. So I don't know how they're already 1-4, but I think we gotta look at that game, and hopefully the Giants win. But we also gotta look at the Bills and Jets, because I personally think the Jets are gonna win. I think that's top 3 games of this week. I think they'll be motivated. Let's go to our Jets fan here, and Sam.
Game of the week for me has got to be the Jets-Bills. Jets just fired their head coach, Robert Saleh, and this game is for the first place of the AFC East. So this is my game of the week.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who's going to win that one, because the Bills, they've been struggling lately, and the Jets sometimes just jet, you know? Let's go to Shafir. What do you think?
Absolutely. It's going to be a very interesting game, I tell you, because it's just 2 great teams, and you never know what both you're going to expect from them.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, Shafir, I mean, you were talking about 2 great teams, 2 unexpected teams that, you never know what they do. Let's move on to baseball, and let's talk about 2 of our New York teams that are always unexpectedly winning and always making our hearts race. The Mets have moved on to the NLCS, National League Championship Series, as well as the Yankees for the ALCS. Let's get some of our thoughts and opinions. I'm going to hand it off to Mr. J first, one of the biggest Mets fans I know.
Why, thank you, Chase. I'd like to think that I am. I went absolutely nuts when Lindor hit that grand slam. I think about the most famous home runs in Met history. Obviously, the one that Pete hit, the one that Lindor hit against the Braves, but that grand slam, man, and seeing that City Field go as crazy as it did, I think I will never forget that as long as I live. I think that will be ingrained in my memory forever. I'm very proud of them. I think they're the hot team right now. If I was any team, I would not want to play the Mets right now.
Absolutely. Also, last week when we talked about, some people said, "Oh, the Phillies are going to sweep the Mets. Phillies going to sweep the Mets." Well, I've got one word for you. Nope. So, absolutely crazy game when game 4, or game 5. I was hoping for a hit when we had bases loaded, and I did not expect a home run from Lindor. But hey, the Mets say he is the MVP.
Yeah, definitely. Let's get to Sam.
Well, when we're talking about hot teams, I think we also have to throw in the Detroit Tigers in that conversation, going into Game 5 with the Cleveland Guardians. So I'm looking forward to that Game 5 with them.
Yeah, and obviously the winner of that game will face the Yankees in the ALCS. And I just wanna just talk about the Yankees for a second. I believe that they are going to be very successful in this ALCS because I think that the weakness of the Detroit Tigers is their starting pitching. Because aside from Terry Skubal, they don't really have any. If you look at their Game 4 starter last night, Reese Olson, he was a rookie, I believe, or at least is like his second year in the league. So they really are like trying to, aside from Skubal, trying to dominate on these young guys, and I think that the Yankees might capitalize on that weakness.
I agree a lot with what you said. Going back, last week, I predicted that the Yankees were going to win in 4, which I was right about. So I'm feeling pretty confident in myself. I personally think on Saturday, I'm pretty sure that's when Game 5 is, that the Tigers are going to win. And Yankees Tigers, they're not going to have to play Tariq Skubal as much because I'm not sure when he last pitched. Was it yesterday?
It was
Yesterday. So did our ace, but we have extra time off. So
Skubal's pitching tomorrow on Saturday.
we're going to have much more time to get ready, and I think my prediction for this series is going to be Yankees in 7.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not really sure who's going to win the Cleveland Detroit series, but I would be scared for facing speed demon Giancarlo Stanton. First steal since July. He's going 50-50 next.
Yeah, definitely. Look, I think this. Yeah, I think both of these teams that are all 4 of these teams that are still left in the division series, Dodgers, Padres, and Tigers, Guardians. I know as Mets and Yankees fans, we want a certain team to win. I know we want Tigers to win. I know we want the Dodgers to win, but we can't count out these teams are here for a reason. All of them. It's not like it won't be a big advantage if, let's just say, the Tigers won instead of the Guardians. They're still a really good team. They're scrappy. They can win ball games. Same as the Padres. Same as the Dodgers. They have MVPs on the team. As a Mets fan, I'm worried just in general for everything.
Absolutely, Chase. Also, when you brought up Padres and Dodgers, that also reminded me of tonight's big game, Game 5 of Dodgers Padres, winner reverse the Mets. It's going to be a very interesting game because the Padres, they're always an underrated team. You can never expect a crazy game from them. And then Dodgers, of course, you have probably league MVP Shohei Ohtani. We'll see who wins tonight, and we'll see who versus the Mets.
Definitely. All right. We're going to end this segment off with a little bit of a banger, I think, because at least since 2000, we haven't talked about this. But let's give our World Series predictions. And I think I know what a lot of people are going to say. That's why I said 2000. So let's start off with Kieran. And what do you think?
Yeah, I just think the way the both teams are playing right now, I think that it's almost a definite chance. The last time both of the New York teams were in the LCS, it was a Subway Series. So I think that it's going to be Yankees Mets in the Subway Series, and I think the entire city of New York is going to go crazy. And now to Shafir.
Well, all I know is it's going to be very tough because you got obviously Yankees Mets right now, but Dodgers and Padres are going to be very hard to compete for the Mets because these two teams are very good. Yankees, in my opinion, they're going to make it to the World Series. They got, like, in my opinion, a clear chance. Mets, it could be either way, but I might have to say Mets and Yankees Subway Series. But if not, I'm going to go with Yankees Dodgers. And now we'll go to Sam Ingerman.
Thank you, Alex. Talking from a no bias standpoint, my World Series prediction will be Mets Yankees. Mets will easily win in 4.
I mean, I'm hoping for a Mets Yankees, but with 2 good Game 5s going on in a couple of days, I'm not really sure.
Since Sam wanted to take a jab at my Yankees, I think it's going to be Yankees, Dodgers, Yankees in 6.
All right, second to last. I can't go against the Mets. I can't say that the Mets will lose, so I gotta go Mets World Series. And as much as I not despise, but I don't like the Yankees, they're a good team. I think they'll make the World Series. I do not want to say who wins because that's called a jinx. But let's get to Mr. J here for the last.
Yeah, as the only person in this room that was actually alive in 2000 and was at Fordham in the Bronx and had to wear my Mets gear in the Bronx and have things thrown at me after the Mets lost the World Series. It's just horrible, horrible memories for me. So I actually have post-traumatic stress from this. So I don't know if I actually want to say, I don't even want to predict that it would be Mets Yankees. Imagine what our school would be like. Imagine this building. Like I have students like I have Nicholas Lopresti and Stephen Mariani in my class, these Yankee people that just give me so much crap. I don't know if I could handle it. I might have to take like yeah, right. So I might have to take a week off of work. So as awesome as that would be, to have to live through that again and the fear of the Mets losing, even though I think the Mets could beat the Yankees and did all season long, I think that would happen. I'm sorry to say this. I honestly think the Cleveland Guardians are going to beat the Yankees. I think the Cleveland Guardians are going to win tomorrow, and I think they're going to play the Yankees, and it's going to go to like 7 games. And I think they're just going to. I don't know. I just have this feeling that I was watching them the other night, and they have the team, and they're put together, and they're a little younger. I think they're a little more hungry. So I might go just for the sake of not saying Subway Series. As much as that would be awesome, I'm going to go Mets beat the Cleveland Guardians in 6 games.
Interesting.
Well, thank you very much, guys, for spending your Friday afternoon with us. Signing off.